Betterow has a number of items as well.
Mr. Betterow.
Thank you, Judge.
Honestly, go fuck yourself, sir. You don't say that, okay? You don't lose a trial where a jury acquits someone and finds them overwhelmingly not guilty and say, I gave my sincere obligation to look into this, and I'm telling you all I saw when she's guilty. Again, respectfully, go fuck yourself.
Swear again like that. That was, no, I mean, whatever. That was, I shouldn't have done that.
A few moments later.
You, as a prosecutor, have got to be out of your fucking mind.
Nose.
Dude, Jimmy, look at those ears.
The ears don't bother me as much.
No, I don't trust a man. I don't trust a man with a lobe like that. No,
really,
not a fucking chance.
The mouth is butthole to me.
Very thin, paper thin.
The nose.
Oh, the nose.
The brows.
Well, listen, I will tell you though, I kind of like a fucked up nose on a guy.
Like a big old honker. I like a big nose.
old nose. Give me that big bitch. You know,
yeah,
like, I'm into it.
Come over here, cluck cluck.
Yeah.
I see some chickens that went moving on up in my biz, cluck cluck. You gotta be with the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, kids.
And I go, oop, clutch, clench, kegel. We did it all. And I go, oh, and what happened? And they go, well, we just got 4,000 plus pages, bitch. And I said, stop it. Show me it. Take me to Unimpound Town immediately, if not sooner. So what happens?
The bitch is here.
Why are you at a football game? Are you a Fonz correspondent?
Well, no, because it's only for men over 30. Okay? Have a great night, boys. Fuck off.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Hey, Blues Clues, motherfucker.
Oh, hello, loveys. How are we? Today is Wednesday. It is September 3rd, 2025. It's nighttime. It's a little Nurse Kim after dark. But on a day like today, whoops, we needed to do a stream. We needed to come together and we needed to talketh the shitteth. Okay? You, me, Tiny Mary, Tiny Jesus in the boom, because something is happening. Okay? Is Mercury in retrograde? Potentially. All right? Is there something that is forcing planetary shifts seismically, okay, in many a trial and with many a people, potentially, okay? We're here to combat it. Why? Because we have childhood trauma. And it appears that some people do not. All right? Your perfect lives are showing. When you do not know how to tiptoe your way around the Adelson trial or, an interview or two, maybe one from TB, one from Mr. Reed with a sneak peek of Karen and Mrs. Reed. Stop it. All right. So this is, if all of everybody's opinions matter, so do mine. And we're going to talk it. We're going to talk it together. We're going to get through it. Probably say a prayer at the end. And just go off the rails collectively. So let us do it. Oh, Priscilla, thank you so much for coming from the Glare. And hello, Dallas Alice. Oh, la la, Nurse Kim. Yes, I am here. And of course, like it's a Wednesday night. What did I just do? Throw a fajita burrito bowl down my gullet. Okay, 5 minutes flat. Don't judge me. It happened. Yes, YouTube user says, let's go. If you made yourself YouTube user, that is an incredible handle. You're everything. And you belong here. You are my people. Okay, so today was Insanity, day 8 in Adelson trial. If you're not into it, still stay, because this is true tomfoolery. There is fuckery afoot in Florida, which I don't think there ever isn't. But this was just another level of delusion, and ends with Donna, with our auntie Deborah's best friend, Donna Adelson. She says, I'm not testifying, and you have to see this shit to believe it, babes. So I watched it for you, and now let us pray. On your mark, get set, let's Adelson. Okay, I'm small, but how do I make this big? How do you go, bitch? Full. Okay, there we go. All right, full like me. All right. Now, so the first person up, first player up, we're just doing little clippies. This is Georgia is going to come up and cross-examine the divorce attorney of Wendy Adelson. And again, this is for Dan Markel. He is the person who was unalived in Florida in 2014 in July. And Donna Adelson is on trial.
It was routine. It was amicable. Similar cases that have had anything from 2-day to 7-day trials.
I can't hear this.
I've had them range from $200,000 to $500,000 in fees and costs. I've had multiple financial experts, child development experts, vocational experts, all retained, deposed, testifying. I've had cases with multiple drafted them like he was drafting a law review article or something. Not he used, but when you really looked closely at his requests of the court, there was no foundation for his asks.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Cross-exam.
What is it you were asked to do in this case?
I was asked to review the documents I was given and to opine about whether this was truly a highly contentious custody case, essentially.
And why would your opinion about whether it was a highly contentious custody case matter?
Well, there's some.
Hello? Can you hear me? What is happening? Figure it out. Can you hear anything? Or does it sound terrible because it's not even allowing me to put the volume up? Damn, homie. Settings, audio. Nope. Layouts. No, that's not where it lives. Well, that's not going to work. Shit. Okay, you guys just tell me if this is at all working, or if you can't even do it. We'll go to the next video.
2,000 cases, or give or take, died, and I think I have a good judge of where this falls as far as contentiousness.
Sure, but you're somebody that has vast experience with a ton of divorces, right?
Sure.
The parties only have experience with one divorce, right?
I don't know how many they have experience with.
So
but
isn't
sure.
the contentiousness in the eye of the beholder, in the sense that to you it might not seem like a big deal, but to the parties it might be the most important thing in the whole wide world? Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that?
Ms. Kappelman, Ms. Bailey, wait for the question, wait for the answer. Do not speak over each other.
Do you agree
I
that
love Judge Everett.
a case as a lawyer might be routine, whereas to the parties it's the most important thing in the world?
To some degree, that's one reason I called Kristen, is Ms. Adamson, in particular, of the lawyers in our community of the family law bar, is extremely measured and calm. And I find that when I litigate against her, we reach resolutions, that people stay measured and calm, and we get things done. She's not one of the other lawyers in town who may stir cases up or play on those emotions. So our job as lawyers is to explain to our clients when we get a motion. If I get something, for example, that, although I've never had something similar to what Mr. Markel would file, the immediate response is to call your client and go, I know you're going to read this at first glance, so it's going to seem messy, but there's no legal basis for this, so don't worry. And my understanding is that is what she communicated to
And when you communicate these things to your clients, hey, this is no big deal, this is no problem, this is a bunch of gibberish, do they always accept that?
Well, that's not the way I would present it, but
Do they ever get upset about the gibberish in the pleadings, the offensive materials in the pleadings, regardless of whether or not it's going to impact their chance of success in court? It can be emotionally charged, can it?
I would say annoying more than emotionally charged.
You would not say that divorce and child custody issues are emotionally charged?
They can be, but in this case, they weren't.
They weren't? How do you know?
From the pleadings, because
Sorry, I tried to turn my mic off, guys. Oh, this is going to be a shit show. Sorry, bear with me. We're coming to. Look at Georgia's hair. Her hair tells the tale. Her face, she is done. Okay. She has now embodied to me. She has become Jodie Foster. Okay. I only see her Helen Hunt sometimes, but it is 100% Jodie Foster for me. Her hair, Gorgini, but exhausted. She is sick and tired of being sick and tired, babes. You know what I'm saying? Day 8, she is done.
I don't have 10,000 pages in front of me.
You're not in the mind of the people whose lives are impacted by these pleadings. It's not just about pieces of paper and a binder, is it?
I don't think that's what I said.
People's lives are impacted by the decisions that go on in court, which for you are routine. Would you agree?
In this instance, they reached agreement on all issues, so they had complete control of what was coming out of the court.
Ma'am, could you please answer my question? Are people's lives impacted in drastic ways by routine matters that we see in court as lawyers?
People's lives change after divorce, certainly.
So, like, I may think I've got a bag of stinky garbage, but the garbage man might not think it's stinky at all. Do you get the reference?
I left my body. Okay, babes? I left my body when Georgia is telling us about stinky garbage. Okay. And the garbage man is like, that doesn't stink. I'm around it all day. Look at her. Look at our glasses. Look at our little Harry Potteretta in the back. She is aghast. If she had pearls, she would have clutched. You know, 1000% she is clenching and kegling. Take it away, Georgia.
What is no big deal to us is a big deal to these litigants, right? You can't agree with that. You can't agree with it. Strike the question. You were asked, let me ask you this. Let's go on to something else.
Have you ever felt so relatable? Like that I have never seen an attorney in court that I was like, babe, me too. I feel you. I completely understand. Rub those temples, my sweet queen. Because fuck this noise. How dare this bitch get up there and say, God bless her, I'm sure she's lovely, but get up here and say that it was no big deal, because everything is relative. Everything is relative to your personal experience and what you have gone through. Every divorce and custody, no matter if it's a high conflict or like as decent as it can be, it is the biggest thing in most people's lives as they are going through it. And when you can look back on it years later, you say, damn, like it wasn't the end of the world. But when you are in the trenches, how dare she say this was not a big deal? And it wouldn't have caused, you know, Wendy to be so upset that she would want something to be done, or Donna, her mother, to like, she wasn't angry at all. What are you talking about? This was just normal. And Dan Markel was dramatic. And he wrote stuff in his filings that were to hurt people. Shut up.
Have you ever had people get murdered or commit suicide based on the issues that are going on in your family law
I haven't
litigation?
had anyone murdered. I had in one instance, a Middle Eastern person committed suicide just because there was a divorce, and that was shameful. So nothing was litigated. It was literally the day after the petition was filed. And he had threatened, if you file, I'm going to kill myself. And indeed he did.
And to you, divorce is not shameful, is it?
To me, divorce is not shameful.
Divorce is not a basis to commit suicide, is it?
Not according to me, but I didn't grow up in Iran or wherever this custom or feeling.
Exactly, Ms. Bailey.
Exactly, Miss Bailey. Loveys, I'm going to do like a little bit of a replay of that. So she says that she never had someone killed in any of the cases that she has covered, but she did have a man who was from Middle Eastern descent that did actually take his own life because it was shameful to his culture and to him of getting a divorce. And that was where Georgia was making the point. She's like, exactly. It's not shameful to you. A, you're not living it, babe. And B, people's reactions are all based on our own perception of reality, of family morals and ethics, and life circle. Oh, good God. Hold on, loveys. I don't know what's happening. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to ask the gods of Wi-Fi to come on. I'm plugged in. I hate when it does that. Like, I'm plugged in, babe. How is this problematic? Oh, you're checking my network. Okay, can we not do this? Okay, now I'm on. All right.
To that person, it was a reason to commit suicide, right?
Apparently so.
Raised in these pleadings, potential fuel to make people upset.
Potential fuel to possibly make people upset.
Yes, ma'am. For example, you were asked about what we've called the grandmama issue. You say, oh, it's no big deal. It wouldn't be granted. It was buried in there. But the allegation is grandma is disparaging me to these kids and I won't tolerate it, right? Couldn't that be upsetting to grandma?
You'd have to ask grandma.
Exactly.
It shouldn't have been. There was no proof.
It shouldn't have been.
It should have been, in your opinion.
In my opinion.
But in your opinion, divorce is no reason to commit suicide, right?
True.
Gibbers, according to the evidence in this case, means Jew in boots. It's not a flattering term by that.
Jew and boots. You were referring to your ex-husband, to Mr. Markel, which I did know this, but as a Jew in boots? Not Puss in Boots, Jew in boots? Not complimentary.
At definition or by your definition of someone that speaks gibberish, can we agree it's not a flattering term?
No, it's probably not flattering, but I've seen far, far worse.
You've seen worse.
I have.
If Mr. Markel wasn't paying by the deadline, isn't that something that would be potentially upsetting to the parties or their family members?
I don't know how upsetting $80,000 would be. I don't know.
$80,000 is a lot of money, isn't it, Miss Bailey?
It depends on who you are.
This took me out. So Miss Bailey says, well, Georgia is saying, hey, guys, you don't know, or hey, lady, you don't know how it could affect you if she's not getting the money that she is owed. She was owed $70,000 or $80,000. Wendy, meaning. And couldn't this make her upset? And Miss Bailey is like, $80,000 isn't a lot of money. To who? Couldn't be me. $80,000, I'd be up your ass and around the corner looking for it. Okay. And then she goes on this diatribe about like how, oh, well, he would have never had to go to jail because they would have only sent you to jail if it was for child support. And I was like, what? She is just so dismissive to anything. And I don't even understand. They didn't even do a voir dire on her, babes. Can you imagine? She just gets up and talks all of her shit. I go, stop it. So basically what I was trying to show in this clip was Georgia having like moments of humanity and moments of such frustration. She is just a queen and got to the questions that she needed to prove that this lady who is diminishing all of the thoughts and all of the situations that she says could not have happened because it wasn't a big deal, she didn't live it. It is not Wendy and Dan Markel's experience. It was not Donna's experience because it overtook every friggin' thought she had, in my opinion.
Exactly. So we'd have to ask the parties, right? Right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think on that issue, he clearly had the asset. So at the end of the day, he was going to pay, just a matter of jumping through hoops to get the money.
He was either going to pay, or he was going to get sanctioned by the court, or he was going to end up in jail, right?
I don't see any possibility.
All right, next we're going to the ex-lawyer of Donna Adelson. Thank you, God, we have volume.
ESCALZO.
And Mr. Scalzo, can you tell us how you're employed?
I'm an attorney.
All right,
Okay, what type of attorney?
what are we doing?
A criminal defense attorney.
And how long have you been practicing?
Since 2003.
During a period of time ending shortly after her arrest, did you represent Donna Adelson?
Yes. I represented her sometime in 2022 through maybe 3 months after she was arrested.
And I want to direct your attention specific to the late October and beginning of November of 2023. During that time period, was her son on trial?
I'm not sure about the dates, but it sounds about right.
Okay. During that time period, when her son was on trial and shortly after, did you have some concerns based on statements that she was making?
Concerns about Mrs. Adelson's mental state? Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell us what those were?
She had made numerous statements about terminating her life if her son, Charlie Adelson, was convicted.
Did that cause you to take any steps or actions to determine what you needed to do?
Yes.
And what were those?
Well, first, I conferred with Daniel Grashbaum, who represented Charlie Adelson. So we discussed it, and we decided that we needed to call ethics counsel and call the Florida bar to determine if we needed to take any additional steps, such as Baker acting her, or Baker acting is putting her in a mental institution, or anything else.
Okay.
That is our Section 12 levies, right? So we know Karen, sorry to bring it back, but Karen got Section 12 on January 29th, 2022. Baker Act in Florida is that same kind of, sending you for a psychiatric evaluation. Scott McGinnis says, how is Wendy not the primary suspect? She's the ex-wife. I'm so confused. Scott, she was, right? And I think that there is still clearly these dominoes have fallen like one by one for 11 years. And the prosecution had to go through PEMDAS. They had to PEMDAS it because it had to be like Sig and Luis. And then it was Charlie. And then it's Donna. And the final piece to the puzzle will be if they end up charging Wendy. But she was not involved, clearly. Like, they don't have any direct evidence of her corroborating, ever speaking to anybody. There's no wiretaps, but there is a lot of like very shady shit. And I don't know if she will be charged, but she should be probably.
After doing that, did you have further discussions with Mrs. Adelson about her mental state and what she was going to do to try to clear things up?
Mr. Rashbaum and I spoke to her further, and she told us that what she really wanted to do was she wanted, to get away on a vacation with her husband. Her husband agreed that this would be good for her mental state, and so we discussed a potential vacation.
Okay. At that point in time, was there anything preventing Mrs. Adelson from traveling?
As far as Mr. Rashbaum and I knew, there was not.
Okay. And specifically, there were no warrants for her arrest.
My understanding from speaking to Mr. Rashbaum, that Mr. Rashbaum had communicated with law enforcement and that there was no outstanding warrant. I had been in touch with the prosecutor of this case, and I apologize because I only remember your first name, but with Georgia. And we had discussed previously, not around this time, we had previously discussed that I Mrs. Adelson. So I assumed that if anything would happen, that if there was a warrant or if Ms. Adelson was going to be arrested, that I would be contacted.
Did you advise Mrs. Adelson that if a warrant was issued, that you would provide her with that information so that she could self-surrender?
So the discussions I had with Mrs. Adelson weren't exactly like that. Mrs. Adelson discussed what would happen if there was an arrest warrant and the potential things that might happen. The prosecutor had never guaranteed for me that Mrs. Adelson could self-surrender.
Okay. Did you tell her did you tell Mrs. Adelson that self-surrender was something that could happen?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And on November 6th, her son was convicted. Did you speak with her after that, specific as to her ability to travel?
I don't remember the dates, but there was discussions about her traveling after the conviction, because around that time was when she was making a serious threat, was when Mrs. Adelson was making these serious threats about her life.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Just a quick question, Lovey. Sometimes I like to give us a little bit of a PSA. If you are feeling not well, right? Or if you're having a mental health crisis, call 988. You can call local resources. What I'm not going to recommend, okay, ever, is searching non-extradition countries and buying a one-way ticket on a Vietnam plane, okay? Not the answer. Wrong answer. We can't do that. Okay, if your son, is getting locked up, they won't let me out. If he's singing Akon all the way to the pen, you going to Nam isn't going to help your situation.
Nothing further, Your Honor? Cross-examination.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Now, if someone has a warrant, is it up to the defendant or the suspect, the person who has the warrant, to dictate the terms of surrender?
I don't think so. It's up to the law enforcement.
It's usually up to law enforcement to decide how or where to apprehend that person, right?
Yes.
But so it's not a requirement of law enforcement to notify someone when they have a warrant, but that is sometimes a courtesy that's extended. Is that right?
That's correct.
And that is a courtesy that's sometimes extended in situations where, let's say, someone is not a flight risk, right?
It's in all sorts of situations you can have self.
Oh, don't do it. Find your way home. Oh, come on. Hello? Can you see me? Oh, you hate me. For the love of God and all things good and holy. It's because I have too many of them.
No, I had an attorney-client privilege relationship with her, and I didn't think that would have been appropriate.
Sure. And why was she suicidal?
Because her son had just been convicted, and she was worried he was going to spend the rest of his life in prison.
Was she also worried about getting convicted herself?
I don't believe that was even crossed her mind. She was only worried about her son.
Okay. Are you aware of a text message where she said that she was afraid she was next, but don't worry, she would take care of that?
I'm not. I'm sorry. Was that a text message to me, or?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't have any knowledge of that.
Okay. At the time of, were you present when Dan Rashbaum told her that she may make it to the airport in time, or she may get to the airport and not be able to make it out?
Mr. Rashbaum and I don't believe that was a telephone call. I don't believe that was in person. And I was on a call, and I myself also told Mrs. Adelson that that we did not know whether there was, that we understood there wasn't a warrant, but that didn't mean she couldn't get arrested at the airport.
Okay. When you suggested, I guess, was the suggestion that you said that she take a vacation?
I don't believe I suggested it. I believe that that's something that was being discussed between Mrs. Adelson and her husband as something that would help her with her mental state.
Okay. So that's something they suggested, but not you.
Correct. I did not suggest that they take a vacation.
Okay. Did you know at the time that the vacation that they were suggesting, they were considering Vietnam, China, or Korea?
I did not know.
Also, those three, that's where you wanted to vacation? Shut up. Donna Sue. You were going to go to China. Oh, I was just violently reminded of it's Chinatown, Jake. Mr. Betterow. That's what he would have said. Because you're full of shit up to your eyeballs. Who's going to Korea? One-way ticket.
Location of where they were going.
Okay.
And it was never discussed with me.
So at that time, you didn't have knowledge that they were specifically looking for non-extradition countries?
I did not know one way or another where they would vacation to.
If Donna Adelson was overheard by law enforcement debating between either committing suicide or fleeing to a non-extradition country, do you think that would change law enforcement's stance that she could turn herself in?
Also, that was probably ignorant then. I didn't mean that. South Korea, I'm sure, is lovely. All I'm thinking about is Kim Jong-un riding on a rocket. Okay? And you can't go in, but you can't come out. And this is what she's Googling. Babe, she's washing money. She's hand washing money with Woolite, for Christ's sake. She might have been trying to get a one-way ticket to North Korea, for what we know.
Overall, the witness has opined on this matter.
I'm not law enforcement, so I'm not sure. And I've never been in law enforcement, so I'm not sure.
I can rephrase it. Would you expect that to change the stance?
If I was law enforcement and I heard a target of investigation discussing a flight.
As her attorney,
okay,
would you expect if she's overheard debating either committing suicide or fleeing to a non-extradition country that she wouldn't be expected to be able to just turn herself in on a warrant again after that?
No, you're not.
I don't know. I think it would take.
No, the correct answer here, okay? The correct answer was just a yes or no, babe. It was absolutely not. If we knew that A, you were like, I'm gonna self-check out, or B, I am absolutely trutting to places that not many people are trutting to, you're not going to be able to just surrender yourself whenever you want. If they heard you, they will come. That's what I'm saying.
To be honest with you, I'm a criminal defense attorney, so it would be case by case.
Thank you.
Probably that would make the bond hearing a little bit more difficult if those conversations were overheard.
A little bit.
But every prosecution is different, and maybe the prosecutor would agree. I don't know.
Okay, 1 second. Specifically, though, about self-surrender, would you expect that to change law enforcement stance as to self?
Tom Petty was in rare form today too. Wore a cross earring. Okay, I think only in her left ear. It was giving me very 1992.
Surrender, not as to a bond.
Again, I think that that's specific to each case, and I don't know exactly what was overheard, so
couldn't tell you. That's what she's saying there. Can't tell you, babe. Oh, all right. Now, let's go from here.
Prosecutor asked you.
Oh, there it is.
About fleeing the jurisdiction.
Look at that. Look at that ear. Look at Tom Petty. Look at Donna.
My client
her
talked to
tiny
you about
earlobe.
vacation, correct?
No,
That is
large
correct. It was not
earlobes,
fleeing
tiny
jurisdiction.
canals. All right, let me get rid of this. Go away. Can I remove you? Oh, no, get out of there. All right, let me do this one. Now, this one is Donna at the end. Look at this man. Look at him. Look at him with your eyeballs. Take it in. Have you seen a man today that has brought you that much joy? No, you haven't. Okay. Do you have a husband for 20 years? He didn't bring you that much joy. I'll tell you. Did you see Billy Bush? He didn't bring me this much joy. Oh, I lie. There is somebody who did bring me this much joy. His name is Mr. Reed. Love to see his face. Gorgini. But Judge Everett, I mean, he looks so good. I love his head. I love his cheeks. I love that man in a black robe and a maroon tie. You can't tell me shit. He's got big Dell energy, and he's not afraid to show it. Keep going, Judge.
Whether Mrs. Adelson will testify as part of the defense case in chief, Mr. Zellman, were you able to speak with her as to a final decision?
I'll allow. The short answer is we were allowed 20 minutes during lunch break to speak with Ms. Adelson.
In addition to the time that you had yesterday and other times.
Yes, Your Honor.
If I might, Judge, the issue is that
Well, one moment. Who's handling this matter? We're not tag teaming any arguments of any sort.
You know what we don't do here? We don't tag team back again. All right. We don't do it.
Your Honor, what Ms. Fulford and I discussed was the factual issues that are concerning our client's decision. She was more involved in than I was. So the only thing that I intended to address was the time that we had during the lunch break. Aside from that, I'm asking that Ms. Fulford be allowed to address the court.
Ms. Fulford, go ahead.
the issue that we're facing, Judge, is this was 6 days of testimony from witnesses for the state and a great deal of evidence that they have entered. We have discussed with our client, of course, her right to remain silent or whether she wants to testify or not. We have not had an opportunity to go through all of the evidence that's been entered in this case and have a full and frank discussion with her about that evidence. If there are any issues that she thinks need to be addressed for her testimony, whether she thinks she needs to testify or not, and what her decision is on that.
When we had the break yesterday at 2:45 in the afternoon, you did not speak with your client concerning whether she wished to testify or review the evidence?
Yes, Judge, and that's what I said. We have discussed with her.
Oh my gosh, I love it. This man does not shake, okay? He does not get high up on emotion. He does not go low. He doesn't get aggravated. When I tell you this man is a constant professional, he is the epitome of jurisprudence. He is the law, all right? That man is a scale and he's steady as, I don't know. He's rock steady.
Whether she wants to testify or not.
The defendant in every single case, Ms. Fulford, is facing
Look at
this
that little
moment
eyeball.
as the defense case in chief ends. What are you asking for?
I'm asking for additional time to be able to go through all of the testimony.
Oh, you're asking for additional time? You need more time. When yesterday you guys took a break and you didn't talk to Donna Sue and ask her, "Hey babe, you going to get up there? You going to put yourself up on that stand? What are you doing, Donna?" Oh. Anytime now, Tommy P.
So that she can make a fully informed decision as to whether she wants to continue to remain silent or testify in this case.
Ms. Fulford, concerning that has been provided by the court. If she wishes to testify, we do need to go through the colloquy. If she does not, it's a simple matter. But there has been time pre-trial to prepare for this moment.
Yeah.
There's been time during trial.
Sure has.
Specifically, we recessed court early for you to address any issues of witnesses or whether your client would testify.
Yesterday, when you allowed us to recess early, Judge, Mr. Zellman and I spent time going through the evidence that was admitted, making sure that we understood everything that was there, because there was some confusion during the trial about things being added and things being removed. So we wanted to make sure we understood completely what there was there. We left here, went straight to the jail, and had the issue with the potential new witness and spoke with our client. But that's not an ample time to discuss with her what has actually come in the state's case.
Your client is in a no different position than any other defendant who will decide whether they wish to testify or not. I will give you 5 additional minutes to discuss this matter. From there,
How hot? Like genuinely, Loveys, how hot? He's like 5 more minutes. Okay, I'll give it to you, but she's no different than any other defendant. Mic drop, lip gloss drop. It brings all the girls to the yard. Okay? Judge Everett, shut it.
defendant is going to have to make a decision whether she is going to testify or exercise her right to remain silent. Please check with the jurors, let them know that we'll get started momentarily. If there are no
Did you see that, Big Dell? Did you see it? Oh,
other witnesses for the defense, it is time for a decision to be made.
I can tell the
stalling.
co-counsel and my client are deep in conversation. I'm sorry.
I am capable of seeing that, Mr. Zellman. No narration is needed.
Oh my gosh, I can't. She does this for how long? Christ only knows. Look at him. Look at him. Oh my gosh, Judge Everett, you angel. They don't pay you enough. I want to send him an edible arrangement.
Mrs. Cattleman wants the defense rest. Is the state intending to place or put on any rebuttal case?
I think not. If they rest
I think not.
without calling any further witnesses,
Very well. At this point, I do need a decision. Mrs. Adelson, please rise. You've been placed under oath earlier this afternoon. Mrs. Adelson, I will advise you concerning your rights. Do you understand that you have the right to remain silent, and the jury will be instructed that your silence cannot be held against you in determining the merits of this case? Do you understand this?
I do understand.
Do you also understand that you have the right to testify as a witness in your case in chief on your own behalf?
Yes, sir, I understand.
You understand if you do choose to take the witness stand, you will be cross-examined by one of the prosecutors.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that your credibility will be placed before the jury like any other witness.
Yes.
Have you been able to discuss with your attorneys the two rights that the court has placed before you?
Oh no, Donna. Donna, you got to do it, babe. Just pick a lane.
Silent, or whether you will testify. Have you made a decision concerning this matter?
I haven't. I'm not prepared to make that decision. This decision affects the rest of my life.
Mrs. Adelson, you're in the same position as every other criminal defendant who faces trial. Ultimately, you must decide whether you will testify or whether you will not. I cannot make you testify. Your attorneys cannot make you testify. But ultimately, you must choose whether you will testify or not.
I don't have to choose. I was hoping I would have some time to speak to my attorneys.
This has already been discussed, ma'am. What is your choice?
Do.
Was speaking with Ms. Adelson. Can I have a few minutes, please?
What exactly are we going to accomplish that we have not?
And this is the point in today in which I left my body, babes. Okay. I was spinning on the rings of Saturn going, what in the actual fuck is happening? Have I teleported to another dimension? Am I being punked? Where is Ashton Kutcher? Okay. Him and Justin Bieber were about to jump out from behind a bush somewhere, probably your Auntie Deborah. And I didn't know what the fuck was happening. I go, is this, it can't be real. It can't be real. And it was real.
Not been able to since the trial started, pre-trial, the long recess yesterday, or even the lunch break today.
That's what I'm trying to determine.
I will give you exactly 5 additional minutes.
Oh my God, you got 5 more minutes.
Mrs. Adelson has to make a decision whether she will testify or whether she will not.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If anyone in the gallery needs to use the restroom or stretch your legs, this is
Everyone,
your opportunity.
potty break. I mean, it was incredible. He is the best. Now, wait, I have to have her say it, please. Come on, loveys.
You're not finished with the colloquy quite yet. I am not talking for the sake of talking. Before we have to move into any contempt, we do need to move on. Mrs. Adelson, the question remains. As it relates to your right to remain silent and your right to testify, what is your decision concerning these two rights?
I can't.
Very well. As I previously stated, the jurors will be instructed that your silence cannot be held against you.
So she says, at this time, I don't want to. At this time. Oh, Donna Sue, I'm sorry, babe. Did you think you were going to be pulling a Katie McBanawa? You think you were going to be Katie with those new ass titties? No. No, Donna the Dawn. I think that you're going to be really up the river. If closing arguments are tomorrow, you could be tomorrow afternoon, guilty as charged.
In any way. We will bring the jurors back out. The defense will rest its case on the record. Ms. Kappelman, you indicated the state will not have rebuttal.
Didn't say that, Judge. May I have a moment to confer with the counsel?
Go ahead. As to that, prepare the stipulation in writing. It needs to be signed by counsel for all parties and the defendant. From there, the stipulation will be read prior to the court going to further instructions. The preliminary copy of the jury instructions was sent to everyone this afternoon. Did everyone receive it?
We received it, Your Honor. We have not yet had a chance to look through it.
All right. We'll bring the jurors back into the room. The defense will rest. We will send them home for the evening. We'll give you a few minutes to look through the instructions. We'll go through the charge conference.
I love it. Then they do charge conference. But I have to tell you something, babes. Let me take this off, right? No, I'm going to make them small. No, I'll make me big. Ooh, we'll figure it out. Oh, son of a gun. Where are you? Oh. Okay. All right. I love to have him. Look at you right next to me for tonight. Okay. Judge Everett is going to be my emotional support attorney. So, okay. This starts with there was some confusion that happened with Donna Sue's like planners, day planners, the year of our Lord, 2015 and 2023. Nope, 2014, year of the murder, and 2023. And for the rule of completeness, one of her attorneys is like, I need to enter these because it's going to make sense, not just what was provided by the prosecution, that like, oh, she was selling stuff and she knew that there was going to be a move coming, and like all premeditation of Dan Markel's unaliving. Well, Judge Everett's like, okay, I'll reserve on this and like I'll try to listen to what you assholes are saying, but at the end of the day, the rule of completeness is only for like audio or video clips, right? Like it would have been for Karen, because when Hank Brennan had played the clips, not played the hits, but played the clips, he would take out the most whack-ass shit, like the worst sentence she ever said, and the one right before it and right after were like good clarifiers, right? But it doesn't apply to her day planner. And I'm like, this is horrific. It made me so uncomfy, loveys. I go, oh shit. Now I'm no attorney, right? We know this. I just play one on the YouTubes. No, I am only a legal nurse consultant and I'm a registered nurse. That's my jam. But this counsel, I swear, Donna Adelson may have ineffective counsel. She might have something for emotion there, because it is extraterrestrial. These people are fumbling. They are Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. She's been free falling for 6.5 days. I don't know who I am when I am watching them and I get like embarrassment, that secondhand embarrassment, like when Higgins' text messages were read the first time in court and you were like, stop. No, you're hot. Exclamation point, Karen. Right? This is what I feel when I watch this defense counsel. So I black out, I teleport to another dimension, and I'm like, I cannot handle this. Then I have a thought in my brain. I go, oh shit. Wouldn't it be something? Now, he's taking it under reservation or reserving it. And he'll make his decision by tomorrow. He's going to look up all the case law. Well, I go like this, because he says, how is this going to be brought in? How are you bringing it in? Where are you laying the foundation? I go, I don't fucking know. But I think to myself, Charlie. They call Charlie. Charlie, this is all emotional. Guys, we're making up a story. They call Charlie. Charlie gets on the stand. He lays the foundation for the day planners. I don't know how the fuck this is getting her off, but whatever. Just go with me. Stay with me here. He's on the stand. He's like, hey, babe. Yeah, my mom sold shit all the time. And as you can see, these are the dates she sold shit, so that's not weird. Okay. And then all of a sudden he blurts out, this is what happens in my brain. He goes, my mom and my sister didn't do this. I did this. Me, Katie New Titties McBanawa, Sig, and Luis. It was just us. All us know them. He saves his mother. He saves Wendy. What the fuck? He stands up. The jury believes him. And she gets off. Could have happened. I'm just saying. Because that's her only way. The only way that Wendy would have been able to move forward was to either or have any possibility would have been for her to go at Wendy like hard and say Wendy was the one, wasn't me, or Charlie. Because we know that Rob is a good egg. He's calling the FBI like, hey, no one gives a shit. Hey, remember when Dan Markel was actually unalived at his house? Cool. No one cares in this fucking family. It's weird. Why don't you guys look into this shit? So, if Charlie comes up tomorrow morning, we might have a mulligan. We may have something that we didn't know was going to happen. Other than that, clink, clink. Bye, Donna. Sorry, Donna. You got to go, hon. Amber says, I mean, her day planner did have colored tabs. It sounds innocent to me. Truth be told, a woman that, well, I don't know. I'm pretty type A, but I have shit like I have to have like a family calendar because Mr. Nurse Kim has no idea when anything is. If it's not on the calendar, he pretends it doesn't exist. So, I don't know. It could have happened in many ways. I do trust a woman that is a planner, but then also, did you plan a murder? One may say. I'm sorry, that's not funny. But Judge Everett was all of us. George's hair was all of us. The ability for Donna Sue Adelson to actually delay as much as she did to finally say, I am not going to testify. Just cinematic. Cine-fucking-matic.
And then tomorrow we will move into instructions and closings.
Yeah, he's all done.
Concerning whether or not we are going to rest at this point.
Do you have another witness to call?
That's what we need to discuss.
They want to discuss more.
We've done a lot of conferring. Please quickly come to a decision as to whether there is another witness, in fact, for the defense.
There isn't. Spoiler alert. There's not. All right. So that was, all right, remove Monsieur. Okay. Wait, can I make me big? All right, lovies, that was Adelson. So we've covered our Adelson situation. Tomorrow is going to be a closing arguments from defense and prosecution, and then jury will be given their instructions, and it's deliberation time. We're deliberating in another trial. I can't. Who am I? Do you think that if tomorrow is Thursday, do you think that they will have a verdict on Thursday, on Friday, or next week? Oh, I think so too, Altman. Oh, I know. I'm disappearing. Sorry, babe. Hold on. You'll find me. Here I am. Here I am, Lord. Oh, no. It's got to be like in front of a boob. Okay. This will be quick. Thursday. Okay. Leah says Thursday. Ooh. Oh, okay. I got a Friday from Paula. Oh, Charlie's came back. Verdict came through at 6:30. The jury could go late. I forgot. Jen Altman's in the chat. That's fun. Thank you for also reminding me that this court is not Judge Beverly Cannoni's. So they have stayed late. They do not work till 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then gotta go. Friday. And Jen says Friday. Oh, Thursday. Karen thinks Thursday. I love it. Oh, hot. Fast fact. Planet B says Wendy arrested by Friday, 5 p.m. Wow. That would be something. And Mariah Cheyenne, that's one of my favorite stripper names of all time. Thank you for being here. From the Centerfolds in Worcester, my girl, Mariah Cheyenne, who is not a stripper, but we love her. And is Judy here? What does she say? Oh, Vicky, we're going down that path. Let's do it. Let's talk. Are we talking about Judy from Twitter? Oh, that was a day. God, guys. See, sometimes, all right. See, okay, I have thoughts about a lot of things. And this is funny because it goes into what I'm going to talk about what we're going to see next, and Billy Bush, which Billy Bush was grabbing interviews by the pussy today. Okay. He not only got Aiden, but he also got Mr. Reed, Mrs. Reed, and Karen just to say hello. But I mean, woohoo, that was very Trump adjacent, if you ask me. He was grabbing them and getting a good one from Aiden and a really good one from Mr. Reed. But 2 in one day? Whew, how dare you, sir? That felt non-consensual to me. But everybody else was very much in agreement. So every once in a while, we feel like we feel things, right? And it's totally normal. And you guys might be saying to yourself, oh, I support Karen. Oh, I support Turtle Boy. And I am in the entire family, right? Like we're a big dysfunctional lunatic group of individuals who do not have blood relation, but what we are is passionate. If nothing else, we have passion, babes, and we have drive and we have conviction in what is right. And sometimes when the cases are in limbo because we're waiting on Birchmore, we're waiting on Turtle Boy, we're waiting on a mega motion from Mr. Betterow, and Karen has been freed, there's a little bit of a lull period. And when the parents are away, the kids will play. And I like to think of Karen and of Aiden as like, you know, the parents kind of this, or brother and sister. Let's say brother and sister, because parents would be more of Mr. and Mrs. Reed have taken the kind of like the very adult and mature and, you know, just trying to make sure everyone is okay at all times, all of their kids, right? And then you have strong personalities and you have like siblings. And if you think for one good goddamn second that anything that they're saying to each other, that you are putting your opinion on, that they're not going to, at the end of the day, be back together because they will always be connected because they're the siblings. They'll be here long after I'm not. And even when I go in a different direction, they will be in history books. And it will be the biggest cover up, in my opinion, in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts history. And the biggest setup of Aiden Carney in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts history. So I don't know anything if there is a reason for how anybody is feeling. Okay. But people are allowed to feel their feelings. And I don't know. I've never heard anything from Karen that said specifically negative or like, I don't want to say his name. I don't mention Turtle Boy's name. I've never heard anything from Aiden other than that sounds like, hey, could you just also say my name too? Hey, I did raise a lot of money. I did get this story out so that little assholes like Nurse Kim are on the World Wide Web saying, I have questions for 2 years almost. But I just truly and firmly want to remind you that don't take a side because you support them both and you always will. And it's not a, you know, you can be pissed off at somebody and be like, hey, I didn't like that you did that, but you still support them. And I just want you to remember that. And I know you do. I know my loveys do. Like, this is not like a pissing match. But when it goes down to Vicky, Vicky is a lovey. And I was on the Twitter Sunday? It was after Mr. Betterow came on. And someone who is allegedly a Free Karen Reed supporter. Oh, my own team, my own family. The Cosa Nostra. What the fuck are we doing here? And she was like, she wrote on a comment on Mr. Betterow, who said he was going on my show in the morning and he was going on with Maza at nighttime. And Judy says, I don't like him. I don't like her. She acts like a giddy schoolgirl, right? Or a flirty schoolgirl. And she has a low cut shirt. Judy, stop talking about my bubbies. All right. And also, Mr. Betterow and I were talking about like abuse and human trafficking on Sunday. So maybe you could just fucking listen with your ears. Okay, you don't need to look with your eyeballs. But it pisses me off and it chaps my ass, guys, because I don't give a fuck whether you think I am decent looking or whether you think I look like a baboon's ass. Because I get that I'm on here, I'm on the World Wide Web, but we don't do that to men. Like, girls call men hot if they think that they're good looking, but they're not sitting there saying like, I'm not listening, right? To somebody because this is a fat fuck. Ew. Or like, I'm not going to listen, which because boys say that and girls say that about me. And I'll be perfectly clear with all of you. Right now, let me tell you something. Trial 1, I was nervous. I didn't eat my feelings. Trial 2, I carb loaded. Okay? If there are people that are going to say, did she eat her feelings? Yes. Yes, she did. And now I'm shoving it in like little tiny, like I'm a squirrel. I'm just putting it in for nuts for the winter. And am I going to enjoy like Halloween? Yeah. Am I going to enjoy Thanksgiving? Fucking right I am. Am I going to have a nice Christmas with my family? Yep. Will I get my shit together in January? I sure will. But for right now, let me be fat. And if I fat fished you somehow and you thought that I was trying to, I was like trans fat, I'm not. Okay. Kirk said the other day, he was like, oh, Kim has like fucking tree trunk legs and fat tits. And I just want to remind every man that have large platforms that tits are made of fat. They're all fat, whether they're big or they're small, unless they're silicone. So I have something in my pocket for everyone. Ready? On your mark, get set. Take it. Thank you so much. And does it matter? No, shut the fuck up, Kim. Who cares? But you get in your feelings. That's what I'm saying. Is that you can get in your feelings sometimes and you could say, did I need to say to Judy? Did I have to say, why are you tearing me down? But I get sick of it after a certain point, You just get like, what the, like, just, like, I don't care if you think I'll wear a potato sack. I'll wear a goddamn twin sheet as a toga if I so choose. And you can watch it or you can not. But I don't need to, like, be taking shots all the time. It's not kind. If you don't like my opinions, call me out on every opinion. I get it. I'll fight you to the tooth. I'll fight to the death on it. But I can't fight you when you're like, you're a dumb fat bitch and everyone hates you. You're so ugly. You should die. Like, okay. Well, didn't tell you I was skinny. Okay. She's thickums. This is thickum season. Okay. Take it or leave it. Anywho. Oh, thank you, Lovey. Thank you, Mimi. Okay. And that's all. And I want you to, if you want to be in Thickums season, let me know. Okay. We'll do Thickums Thursday. Okay. Tits out, true crime. Who gives a shit? P.S. All of my shirts, Judy. Oh, she's got her tits out of her shirt. Hey, Jude, funny story. Okay. When I get larger, there are certain things that get a little bit larger, and I'm not going out to buy all new tops. I'm not independently wealthy, Judy. Jesus, throw me a, if you want me to wear something, you want me in a turtleneck, Jude, send me a dono, babe. Sorry, that was bitchy. I love you all. Okay. Let's listen to Aiden. Because he's funny as fuck.
Rallying the community through outrage, persistence. We've got this civil trial that's coming for Karen, filed by the O'Keefe family. The first hearing is September 22nd. Are you preparing to rally the community again?
You know, I mean, I'll attend it. I'll watch it. I don't know if we'll be doing much rallying this time around because, I mean, a person's life is no longer on the line. And that was the case last time. They're trying to lock a person up. I mean, this is a civil trial. So it's definitely less like, I mean, I'm interested in it because it's the same content. We're reliving the same stuff. So I'm sure, put it this way, the people the boots on the ground, as we call them, that were down there for the criminal trial, I'm sure they'll be down there for the civil trial because, I mean, these people.
They're in withdrawal.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like, this was like their side job almost for like a couple of years. And without it, I mean, they come to my court dates and I appreciate that, but you know, they're anxious to get out there and make their voices heard some more.
It's amazing to me that, you know, they use the term at least $50,000 is what all of this for 50 grand. I mean, legal bills are going to soar past that. Like what it doesn't seem like the O'Keefe family's asking for enough if they're going to waste all this time.
So in order to have, move your case from district to superior court, I'm pretty sure you have to say that the bar, like the lowest level,
Pardon me, Aiden. Kitchen table juror, Big Booty Judy was my godmother. God rest her soul. She just passed away like last year. Love you, Big Booty Judy.
Looking for
they want a lot more.
$50,000. Like, so if you were suing some for 10 grand, it would be in district court. So if you want it in superior court, you have to state that it's going to be at least 50 grand. But I'm sure they'll be looking for more than that.
Okay, I get it. So you want to keep it out of petty crimes, you know, that this, but they're going, you know, what they're going at.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Proctor's Booze Cruiser Tours says, okay, I'm in Ireland. Who's the guy that Aiden's talking to? I'm sorry, babe. That was rude of me. I was hot and bothered, Thickum style. Okay. And this is Billy Bush. You may know him from the 2016 presidential election. He was walking out. He worked at Extra. He was with, Donald Trump, president-elect. No, he wasn't even president-elect. It was like during the campaign. And he was caught on a hot mic having a conversation of what they said, quote, was locker room talk, where President Trump was like, if you're famous, and he's not from the South, so don't make him from the South, Kim. If you're famous, then you can grab him by the pussy, right? And Billy was like a dork, and he was like laughing. He was giggling like a little schoolgirl, okay? And he got canceled. When I tell you, it was cancel culture before actually everyone got canceled. Like Billy Bush was the first. And he was like, what the fuck? I didn't say it. I laughed at it. And he like didn't see anybody get actually grabbed by the pussy. Like it was just a bad take, and it was a bad look. And everybody thought that President Trump would never get elected because of that. They were like, oh, his campaign is in, like, it's DOA now. And he won. And Billy got fired. He lost everything. I think he lost a wife. Sorry, Billy, if you didn't. But, like, he lost everything professionally. And now he's building everything back up. And that's why he named this show Hot Mics, because of that incident that changed his entire life.
After is sort of, it's interesting. I mean, the emotional distress, which of course Karen moved to dismiss because she's saying the emotional distress has nothing to do with me. There was no collision. What do you? This was defeated twice in criminal court. I expected this to be thrown out or forgotten about. Doesn't it all seem like a waste?
I mean, it does, but you don't forget that the bar for civil court is significantly lower than the bar for criminal court.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aiden. How educated, how like legalese is Aiden right now? He's like, oh, well, it's just the preponderance of evidence. It's not beyond a reasonable doubt. Smart ass.
I mean, OJ was acquitted in his criminal trial, of course, convicted in his civil trial. So, and he's not the only person.
But there
that's
was
happened to.
outrage over OJ getting away with it, so
Right,
they knew the civil
right.
trial was going to come down. There's no outrage with Karen, quote unquote, getting away with it. The whole community was behind her. I feel like the O'Keefes are just teeing themselves up to be despised.
Yeah, I mean, they're teeing themselves up for disappointment. That's for darn sure. I think they're getting bad advice. I think that they just want something. They want a pound of flesh from her. They don't like her. It's very obvious. There's a personality conflict between them, and they just, they think that they did start this lawsuit before the criminal case was over, so they didn't even know that they were going to lose that yet before they signed this. So I think that they picture, just in case she was acquitted, that she might make a lot of money off of this, and they wanted a piece of that pie. And you're right, I don't think it's going to go over well. I don't think a lot of people felt bad for them when they were looking for justice for their son, but now you're just looking for a payday, and I don't think that's going to go over as well.
Yeah, they filed the civil, prematurely before the acquittal.
Ask and you shall receive. Loveys, new series, Thickum Thursdays. How do you get back? How do you laugh at it, right? Okay, we're going to do Thickums Thursdays. Coming to you, coming in hot and thick. Thickums.
Before the verdict.
Do definitely Big Neck Daddy Higgins pre-Ozempic. Don't make me get a knee. Shit, I don't want to do the Zempic. I don't want to do it, but I may fucking shit.
For Karen, so now at least they know they have a mountain to climb. But once you're in it, so many times we see when somebody gets in, with Blake Lively or Lance Armstrong, you name it, when you get in too far, it's really hard to kind of about face. So I'm sure they're stressing it a little bit. What is your relationship like with Karen? I know you guys have each other's numbers and stuff. Do you talk to Karen? Have you spoken with her? Do you guys, catch up?
I mean, we're not friends or anything like that. She was the subject of my reporting.
Right out the gate, Aiden coming in hot. We're not friends. We're not even friends. Okay. I'm a reporter. And accurate, that literally is, he didn't know her pre-trial, pre-reporting, pre-April 19th, 2023, when he drops the article that changed the world. He didn't know Karen. He just was investigating, was listening, was hearing what he did, and said, this doesn't add up.
We both have strong personalities.
Accurate.
Moving forward, maybe we'll work together. Maybe we won't. I've always been of the belief that we're stronger together, just marketing wise. Like
Brother,
that's what the
sister.
people want. The people want Turtle Boy and Cameron Reed.
Yes.
But ultimately the ball's in her court. I'm doing a documentary with Compelling Pictures, and they also have my movie rights, and we are in negotiations with her. If she chooses to join us, great. If not, no hard feelings, and we'll push forward anyway.
So she'll want to, but if she does join you, likely she'll want to do it after she writes her book or puts out her project.
Like it's unrelated. So the documentary is going to be done within 4 to 6 months, and so we've already done a lot of the filming for it. They were down there for the trial. They've interviewed me several times. Other people involved that we have agreements with. And so we are competing with a documentary done by a British company named Sandpaper, who has a deal with Netflix. But I have refused to do an interview with them, as has anyone on the Reed team. So they basically have a McAlbert documentary. Like they've got.
Which, listen, babes, here's the thing. Did you know that? Because I knew all about the Sandpaper documentary for Netflix when it first dropped. Me and Cully were talking about it, and he found out everything about the Sandpaper company, right? And I was like, oh, cool. Because he's a producer. P.S. Cully's home, 4th stint. He's back at Kirk's show. He was just announced today. King Cully is producer again at Kirk Minahan show. Everybody tune in. He'll be back, I think, next Monday. So I love the 4th iteration of Dave Cullinane. He was the only choice. I love Dave. So anywho, where was I going with that? Come on, stay on focus, Kim. Sandpaper, right? So the Sandpaper, the doc and everything. I didn't know that it's only one-sided. So if no one from Karen's camp or no one from Aiden's or anybody on the side of the defense is coming out, why would they go forward with making a documentary of a losing, like, and I don't mean it like it's terrible. Of course, could there be something on the life of Officer John O'Keefe? I'd watch it absolutely all day. But if you're just getting disparaging or hate things or saying like, oh, Karen Reed got away with something, well, she was acquitted twice for murder. Okay. She was acquitted twice for leaving the scene of an accident. And she was hung on one jury for the manslaughter and acquitted one time. She has 100% proven that she didn't get away with shit because 12 of her peers found her not guilty. Fuck off. I just think that that's a weird angle. That's all.
All the McAlberts, the O'Keefes, yeah, and they invested in a conviction. So this is like, it's not going to be the ending that it wasn't the ending that they hoped for.
They're still
when
doing
Karen
it though.
Reed was
They're still
acquitted.
doing it. So now it's going to be a woe is me. Oh my God, we were a miscarriage of justice the other way. Oh
right,
wow.
and Turtle Boy's the bad guy. So it's basically a competing doc, and we're doing our own doc where Turtle Boy is the protagonist and Karen Reed is the person that is acquitted, rightfully so, and has been wrongfully charged. She's a victim in this. And so, yeah, we are basically competing against them. And, if the documentary had both Karen and I in it, certainly it would just bury that one. I mean, Netflix might cancel their deal with them, if that happens. But if we don't get Karen, that's okay too, because we're going to push forward and the story needs to be told either way.
Yeah, look, I mean, you and Karen, I mean, it's like, you're forever connected, right? I mean, her cause was championed by you.
Yeah.
In turn, it magnified your voice, right? Elevated your profile considerably.
Well, yeah.
Is it okay that she has not come on the TV Daily, your show?
I don't care. It's like, did it bother me?
Aiden. Aiden. Okay, listen, I support you, but you do care and you should care. I get it. I hear you. I see you. And I understand your feelings. You don't have to hide it.
At first, yeah, sure, a little bit, but at the end of the day, I just have enough self-respect for myself to say that if you don't want to come on my show, then I ain't begging you. You know what I mean? Like if you don't want, I have enough respect for myself to not, I don't grovel. I don't beg people to come on. If you want to come on my show, like Alan Jackson did, come on down. If you don't want to, that's okay too. But I don't beg people to come on my show.
I mean, she did an interview last week on the radio with Howie Carr. It was very short, though. It was like maybe she appeared for 7 minutes. I would imagine this is because she's trying to protect her voice and write her book. And the woman lost her house. I mean, she hasn't worked in 4 years, so she's got to make some money.
And she would have lost her house a lot sooner were it not for the $1.1 million that we raised for her legal defense fund.
You're pissed.
I mean, I'm not pissed. I'm just stating the fact. So it is what it is. And
no, and he's not pissed. Here's the thing, loveys, and I don't know because I don't know Aiden. And let's be perfectly clear, I don't know Karen, like personally either. But what I am going to say is this, it's not, to me, just as somebody who is abroad with a friggin' opinion. Okay, that's it. He doesn't come off as pissed so much to me as I'm annoyed. You're aggravating me. You're pissing me off. Like you're my family. You know the shit I've said to my brother? When I'm in a fight with my brother, this is like public fighting with your family. And you're like, ew. Remember when you peed the bed in 3rd grade? Jesus Christ, Aiden, you can't say that. And he's like, well, I don't care. She did. And then she's like, I'm not going to, you don't exist. I'm rubber, you're glue. Everything you say to me bounces off me and sticks to you. Fuck off. I'm not even looking. I'm not naming you because Beetlejuice will come. Like, I feel like minus, clearly it's a much elevated level than that. But like, how when you're fighting with your siblings, you say some wild ass shit, but you don't mean it. You love them. And you were going to be there for them. And I've got to tell you, if it is possible, and I don't know, but if there is a way for Karen to work with Turtle Boy and to do this documentary, I know that it would be very, very profitable for them. And that's a part for Kat to be like, bitch, I'm rebuilding. I am rebuilding as I wait through civil litigation that will take fucking years upon years to be done. Could you win it all? Could you get millions and millions of dollars? Great. It's 5 years down the road. So what's going to happen within the next 4 to 6 months when Aiden's his documentary comes out? I care about that. I care about getting you on your feet. I care about making sure that your parents can relax. I care about making sure that you have a place to stay, about that you're able to pay your attorneys as you have to go into this next battle. And that's my only opinion. And I support clearly both of them. Everybody in this situation. And loveys, do me a favor. We have 1,800 people in here. You don't have to do it, but let me know if you would want to see Aiden and Karen together in a project, or if you want, or put a number 1 for Aiden and Karen, and put a number 2 if you'd like to see them do separate things. I'm just wondering what this is going to look like. I knew it. Yep. Okay, so we have all love it. Love it. All ones. Oh, I lied. 1 and 2. Nikki is saying, I get that, Nikki. I get that you're saying 1 and 2. Glare, Will is saying 1 and 2. I get that. But I was just saying, like, you do want to see a together one, right? Like, of course, I want them to tell their own stories, their own books. They have different stories. But for something to come up that could be both of you and then do your independence, in my mind, that's a no friggin' brainer. Oh, 2. Okay. There's not one without the other. Jennifer Haley. 100%. Love it. Okay. You guys are the smartest and the prettiest. Oh my gosh. Look at Parksy. She's such an angel. Parksy. Oh, I don't know what I've done. Oh, I've ruined it. Where? Okay. The comments live there. Number 1s. I love it. Burning Queen says the same. They both have, okay, genuine question here. Thanks, Helensburg. Says they both have very strong personalities. Would it even be possible? I don't know. I'd like to see it for sure. Hey, babe, your guess is as good as mine. All I can say is what I had witnessed and what I know of the small amount of interactions that I've had with both of them. I respect both of them. And however it plays out, however it shakes out, they got my support, both. Okay. Period. Point blank. But when I see what I see, it just reminds me that you can say that you're upset and you can say shit that you need to when you're pissed at your sister or your brother. But at the end of the day, you're better together. And that's your brother. And go sit in the fucking big shirt on the stairs for a minute.
Her whole thing, which I fully respected, was that you got to maximize the first interview. Like, the first interview matters, right? Like, you can make a lot of money off that. Totally get it. I can't compete with People Magazine or whoever else is offering her, money for the first interview. But she went to Howie Carr, and like it or not, I mean, it's like that old Seinfeld skit about is it a lunch? Is it a meal? Is it a lunch? Is like, was that an interview? Because I think it was an interview. I mean, she was up there for about 30 minutes, and
but the whole thing was about 30 minutes, and she was about 7, as far as I could tell, maybe 10.
Right.
He started with Alan Jackson, and they
Billy. Okay, now he's going down to a minutes counter. Like, Aiden's like, shut up.
Did a whole segment, took a break, came back from the break, and talked to Karen lightly, briefly. The only thing that she said in the end, which was, a message to the DA, Michael Morrissey, and to all those who came after her: you lost. You know what you did. You know what you tried to do to me. She made she took a shot back, but she really didn't say much and didn't appear much. And I think that was just sort of, it felt ceremonial.
Yeah, by design. Yeah, you're right. We didn't learn anything from that interview. It was billed by Howie. I mean, good job by Howie, kind of marketing up that he had some big announcement to get people. It was clickbait. A lot of people tuned in thinking there was some big announcement. The big announcement was Howie selling a book, and so we didn't learn much from that. So, whether or not that affects her ability to
he did get the book in there a lot, and she had her there. Yeah. Hey, that's a savvy guy, Howie Carr.
Oh, I don't blame it. I don't hate the player. at all. It's like people do what they got to do. It's like that's capital.
Aiden with the I don't hate the player, I hate the game. And if any turtle rider is in the building, you are going to say what? Aiden, Dr. Turtle Boy loves capitalism. So nothing but love for Howie.
Why wouldn't you do that? So I don't blame him, at all for taking advantage of that opportunity. So, I'm a guy who's sold a whole lot of free Karen Reed t-shirts. So I'm the last person in the world who could even talk about that. But, I don't know if that's going to affect her exclusive ability. If that kind of, lowers the amount of money that she's worth if she wants to do a first interview. I don't know. But at the end of the day, she's going to do what she feels best is for her. And I'm going to do what I feel is best for me.
Agreed.
Let's say Karen Reed was watching right now. What would you say to her? My love.
Billy, you little shit. Say something in the camera, Aiden. What would you say to Karen? Stop it. Billy Bush, you bushwhacker.
I'd say that we're stronger together. Let's do this, Doc. If not, no hard feelings.
Yeah, you'd rather her do the doc than come on and do an interview. The doc is
totally. Yeah, the doc is going to kill. I mean, the doc is like her first doc was everywhere. People saw that everywhere. Like people watch documentaries, and so they're fiending for a documentary about Karen Reed. So like, if Turtle Boy and Karen Reed are featured in a documentary, like it is going to light the world on fire. Like everyone's going to be talking about it, and it's going to be talked about anyway. So either she gets on board or she doesn't. If you get on board, you're going to be able to say whatever you want, tell your story as you want to tell it, or don't, either way, a lot of people are going to see it because the first documentary she did was a hit piece. It didn't go over very well. She told me she's never watched it.
So if she does your doc, then you got to cut her in as a producer and give her a nice taste.
Oh, there's a substantial offer on the table. So let's just put it that way.
All right. What are you gonna offer me? I'm a great commentator. I've got a lot of years of experience. What are you gonna offer me?
I got some blue paint. I got some Doug Welcher if you want that. That's about it.
Turtle Boy is with us, Aiden Carney, and obviously the civil trial is coming. The hearing is September 22nd. The O'Keefe family is they're claiming emotion.
I literally could not. I'm sorry. Did you just Judd Welcher him? I got some blue paint, babes. Shut up, Aiden. Hilarious. He just really funny fucking one-liners, man. And he's kind of deadpan with his funnies. Like Jimmy, you can tell, me, you can see. I'm like, if something's percolating, he is hilarious. Very funny. 10 out of 10.
Emotional distress. They're going after Karen. They're going after the two bars that fed her booze and everyone else that night before the incident. And then, look, likely it should be her turn. What kind of action do you want to see Karen and her legal team take?
I mean, I want to see them countersue. Countersue all these people who put you here. Go on the offensive. Don't go on. She's been on the defensive this whole time. It's time to go on the offensive. And
okay, so he goes from telling you that you can be, you know what you can play in this in my docuseries, fuckface, Billy Bush, bushwhacker. You can play. I'll put some paint and you can be an extra. Okay, stand near Alexis. And then he goes into telling an actual recounting of she needs to counter sue, who she needs to counter sue, and it's appropriate for her to be on the offensive versus being on the defensive, which Karen has been on for almost 4 years now. I mean, is he a lawyer? He's been hanging out with Mr. Betterow and Mr. Bradle. I can see your legal is showing.
I have reason to believe that is going to be happening. I think last time I was on here, I said there was going to be a federal lawsuit. They may have kind of switched gears on how they plan on doing that. But there will be a lawsuit. It's
state
just
or federal, right? One of the two.
Yes, exactly. So they're going to do whatever they think gives them the best chance to maximize their damages.
Alan Jackson was with.
It's going to be me. I'm a bitch and I'm a thickums. Okay. I heard Chloe was. All right, Zach. I play Chloe.
Her in studio last week. He's obviously not back, in town just to do that and visit the old restaurants he used to go to.
I'll bite you if you fuck with me.
Likely he won't be at the helm of this civil trial. He'll be active consultant. Is that your prediction?
Yeah, but he's got to get his taste too. Alan Jackson, this trial was an investment for him. He gave up. He charges almost $2,000 an hour. Those are billable hours that he.
Who? I'm sorry. 2,000 doll hairs an hour. Levy's, when I tell you that I clutched, I clenched, and I kegeled like never before. 2,000. He's worth it. But, oh.
Gave up for this case for like 3 years. You know, he's got to start making up some of those losses. And this is how you do that. So, I mean, I think he viewed the Karen Reed case as not only a righteous cause, but also, you know, an investment that he has to cash in on now that it's over.
All right. Well, Turtle Boy, you also took a lot of, you know, you took shots from the DA. They, you know, had counts and charges against you for witness intimidation. 6 of them were thrown out in May. There are some still pending, right? I mean, how much has this cost you, and what is left? What's the road ahead for you in this?
I mean, my legal bills are higher than Karen Reed's, and I'm not accused of killing anyone. I'm not even accused of injuring anyone. So my bills are extremely high. Luckily, I've got a great community supporting me, who have donated extensively to my Give, Send, Go. We're also doing a show at the Wilbur Theater, this historic theater in downtown Boston, and it's
see you next Friday, babes. Sorry, I didn't mean to do you dirty, Doc.
very close to being a sellout. That show is in 9 more days.
It's going to be sold out.
And so
9
you know,
days.
I'm going to continue to do that. So yeah, I mean, the more they come at me, the more they charge me with legal fees, the more they bury me down with stuff, the more the community rallies behind me. I mean, especially with the Karen Reed trial kind of out of the picture, then you know, we can kind of focus on my charges, which I couldn't do really during the trial. And we have what we call a mega motion.
I'm sorry. Is Jen Altman in the chat? Is Jen Altman still in the chat? Or if I have any mod in the chat, would somebody put Aiden's link to his Gives and Go for his defense fund? Let's do that for him. Let's end the show and see if we can support him, Loveys, because I know that he appreciates you and he loves your faces, and it makes him feel you know, that like you see, and that you get what was done, and that he really brought what happened on January 29th, 2022 to all of us. And we appreciate that.
Coming up on that's going to be heard on September 24th. It'll be filed probably like a week prior. And let me tell you, Billy, this motion is there's a lot of stuff in this motion that has never been revealed before about some Jennifer McCabe communications and other things. And it's going to show exactly how they decided that I was a problem because I was exposing them, and I was, you know, kind of shining a light on what they were doing in not only the Karen Reed case, but the Sandra Birchmore case, and that their solution to that was to arrest me and charge me with witness intimidation. So it's all going to come out.
Boy, what you think Michael Morrissey, the DA, Norfolk County DA, I mean, he's in his 70s. He's totally hated. His popularity is like at the bottom. I don't even think he runs again. You know, his wife doesn't want him to. Is he just riding out another year and then he's done? Or is there any fight in this cat left?
If I were to guess, I would say he's done, because he holds an annual fundraiser that we used to protest at on the last like Tuesday in August, and it didn't happen this August. So he's got almost no contributions, and I think he's just looking at he's never lost an election before. It would be humiliating to lose an election on the way out. So I think he'd be smart to go out on his own terms and just say, yeah, I've had a career, I'm done here, and walk away.
Yeah. Aiden Carney, Turtle Boy. Well, if you're in the Boston area or just outside, whatever, he's going to be performing in 9 days. What does that mean? You just take questions from the audience? Do you?
No,
do
we got
show?
a whole variety show planned. It's going to
Really?
be very entertaining. Yeah, we will be taking some questions from the audience.
Do you want me to come cross-dress as Michael Morrissey?
We'll pass on that one, but I
Okay.
appreciate the offer. As enticing as
A variety show. This is, I'm telling, I always thought, you know, forget these movies and everything. I think the Karen Reed be an interesting off-Broadway kind of a play. That courtroom scene.
Shut up. Jesus Christ, Billy. Read a room. We're not doing an off-Broadway. It's not Hamilton. We're not doing a rap to like the death of a Boston police officer. Could they go on a 30 or a 100 city tour? Yeah. Aiden and Karen could. They could sell out theaters all across the country and internationally if they wanted to. And talk to people, no phones, Faraday bags, and let's see. And let me tell people in the groups, told it to a friend who, told it to a friend who, and you could know if you went to the Karen Freed tour. Just saying. Karen and Turtle Boy Freed. No, Turtle Boy Freed, Karen Reed. I don't know. Whatever. We'll work on the name.
That's
perhaps.
Well, we're all, I hate to say it, but I'll be following it every step of the way. Thanks a million, my friend. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Billy. Talk to you later.
So then again, we know that he did what? Grab him by the puss. And he was booked and busy. I'll give him that. And we'll get this last bad Larry out of the way. And it's awesome. I liked it a lot. I'm not a
Here we
hater
go.
and I don't drink Gatorade.
Are you ready? Hot Mics with Billy Bush starts in 10, 9,
Ew.
8,
Ew, I hate
7.
your countdown. Rude.
You know, and she told me about the.
Oh, yeah. I don't care about that. I just want to see when it gets to Mr. Reed. Thank you.
How are you doing, sir?
We're doing well, and I'm doing fine. It's good to see you again, Billy.
Excellent. Would you mind moving just 1 inch to your right for me? To your right. There we go. Oh,
Okay. Wait, no, I'm not going to do that.
Reed. There he.
Okay. Look, loveys. Look with your eyeballs. I'm obsessed. Now, I wrote when this was live, or it wasn't live. It was like a live premiere, but it makes me happy because I love to see Mr. Reed look healthy and rested. And he has the most beautiful skin, you see with your eyeballs. But like, I mean, the man has glass skin. I want to know, what are you using? You got this. You got one of these, Baba. You using retinol? Or is that just, or is she, maybe was he born with it, or was it Maybelline? No, it's Neutrogena. I use some rapid retinol repair regenerating cream. Just bought it. Why? $39. Flickums Thursday. Okay, shut up. All right, back. Sorry, Mr. Reed, take it away.
Is so, Bill, what's it like having Karen home?
It's a joy. It's a great comfort, to be honest with you. We're a family. We're a tight family. She's very caring. My wife Janet and I always, overlooking. What are we doing? Be careful. Going down cellar. I'll go down for you. I don't want you on the stairs.
I love that. Are you kidding me? Shut up. Shut up. Kaz, like, no, stop it, Dad. I'll go to the cellar. What do you need? Oh, you need 3 Diet Pepsis? Yeah.
So it's she's quite a caretaker to be.
They have another, they have another refrigerator downstairs. Mrs. Reed puts all the pies and everything that she makes for Thanksgiving goes in the cellar fridge. You know that. Stop.
Be honest with you.
Has she been helping out, cooking a few meals, maybe doing some dishes? And by the way, when you move back in with your parents a little bit, it can be, I spend all summer long with my mother, and by about week 3, we're kind of, we snipe a little bit. It's just natural.
Sure. But, if you look back over 3.5 years, my wife and I lived with that fear that the vast resources of this state would ultimately seize her and take away her freedom. And when you think that you're going to lose one of your children, it's very unsettling. So when you win out the day and you get to walk out on those steps in Norfolk County in that Superior Court housing, you see the thousands of people, all of the women in pink and so many gentlemen and so many supporters. Karen can come back and almost be 12 years old again. It's a relief.
Oh, well,
you know what I do love? Okay, I love Mr. Reed just anyway, just generally speaking. Wait, can you hear me? Okay, sorry. Is that every time I've ever heard him speak about supporters, and of course, like I have my 7 male fans, I love you, but let me just talk to the girls for a second. He always thanks the women. I'm gonna get emotion because he's like, this was a movement of women, and he understands fundamentally that, like, we looked at Kat and we were like, oh my God, if it could happen to her, it could happen to us. It could happen to our sisters. It could happen to our daughters or our mothers or our friends. And he has the utmost respect for all of us. And like, I think he is such a class act. It just gets me right in the gullet. I like literally could get choked up over it.
You and your wife, you're in your 70s, right? She's 45, a finance professor at Bentley and a financial advisor at Fidelity. I mean, this is a really intelligent, established woman. Before all of that was taken from her, she's home, severely bruised, but not broken. I mean, we heard what she said to Howie Carr straight up. She said, you lost, and you know what you did. There is a lot of fight in her, but what's your focus with her? About, is it to do with grounding, or sure, she must have some rage, but what are you trying to emphasize with her right now?
Well, my wife and I have learned through the years. She's a driven individual. She's a bright lady, and we're there for love and support, but really we kind of stay out of her way. She knows what she wants to do. She's got an agenda. And so we steer clear, to be frank with you. We were driving up to Chestnut Hill to have dinner with her and Alan after the Howie car show. And when Howie asked her that, do you have any message for Michael Morrissey? And it was about 7 seconds or so of silence. And, that's kind of a no-no when you think of radio and TV, dead air time. But it was, knowing our daughter, that was a deliberate pause for effect. And when she said, you lost and you know what you've done, it's right from the heart. It's right from the heart.
Yeah.
And so she's gearing up. We've got the civil. We'll prevail in the civil. We've got Alan Jackson, Liza Little, and his civil associate, his partner from the firm of Worksman Jackson. I must tell you, I'm embarrassed. I don't remember his last name, but I know his first name is Caleb. And then we've got local civil attorneys here. We're geared up. We have the truth.
He was the dean. Babe, I don't know. Mercury in retrograde stars. It says, does anyone know what he was a professor in? I just know he was the dean of students at Bentley, not Bridgewater State. No shade.
And we also have, the medical testimony from Dr. Elizabeth Posada, the former chief medical examiner on Rhode Island. We've got the scientists that the Department of Justice hired, the ACA crash daddies. How do you sidestep what science, physics, what medical science tells you did not happen?
Amen.
That man was not struck by that 6,000-pound vehicle, and his injuries were not the result of being struck by any vehicle of that size. The truth will prevail. And when you know the truth, you're not always trying to struggle to recall what you might have said in another hearing, in another platform, etc. So
that's a great point.
Yeah,
that's a great point. When the truth is at your back, when you stand with the truth, you're not worried about, okay, did I say the right thing? Did I say that? You can say the wrong thing for a second, because I also think your energy is telling a story at the same time. So when the truth is with you, it's all about go, go, go. And I would say this matches her personality. I don't think anyone realized how freaking intelligent Karen is. I mean, they thought, she's out drinking at some Boston chick, whatever. This is a very intelligent woman. And
I'm sorry, Billy. I might have to fuck you up. What do you mean? Some Boston broad drinking at bars and your mother? What are you talking about? Don't make me take off my hoops, put on some shell toes, and kick you in your freaking nose. All right, weird. You can be all those things, and you can still be a scrappy little girl from wherever you are. And you can be a very educated queen, and that is what Karen is. And I have said for a long time that after Karen has gone through all of this, does she want to do it? Probably not. Probably not right now. Let her heal her spirit. It could take enough time. But if she got to a point where she wanted to go take her LSAT, and then she has already interned her entire case for 4 years. There's 4 states in the United States of America that if you clerk or if you intern, that she could go sit for the bar. Vermont is one of them. I've looked it up. Okay. So I'm just saying. Karen Reed Esquire, go.
And as Alan said, she is she runs point on her legal team. And you got this civil trial that's ahead. The hearing is September 22nd. Okay. There's plenty of evidence that Judge Beverly Cannoni threw out. She wouldn't even let into the courtroom that this time will be allowed into the courtroom. So we're going to see some new stuff. And can you speak to that?
I really can't. I'm not trying to be evasive or sidestep the question. They're in the working stages now. She's on the phone daily with the lawyers, Alan, Liza, mapping out plans, rethinking, what has happened and everything. They'll be ready. They've got their boots on, and we will win this. There is no doubt in my mind. We know what happened. I know what happened. I was there that morning. I was with her in the hospital. I gave her the news. We went back to the O'Keefe household. I know what was said. I know, all right, what was done. I know why we left. It's no rehearsal on my part. So come at me.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that.
Ooh,
I know where
love
she got. I just found out where she got the fight from.
Well, she's her own person, and she is a terribly bright woman, but she's a very honorable woman, a woman with integrity, honesty as the day is long, and she's passionate and she's committed to a cause, and this is a cause here to unveil the injustice that's gone on here in Norfolk County. When you think about all that's happened, about much of the investigative unit of the Massachusetts State Police, either fired or rehomed, sent elsewhere, that's unprecedented. And when you think of the precursors to the Karen Reed trial, you had the Sandra Birchmore, and how that was framed as a suicide until the federal government got involved. And so there's a lot to happen here. And we're so thankful, my wife Janet and I, for all of the content creators that have stood by us and have amplified this story and this fight, this movement. And it is a movement. And whether that be Aiden or Melanie Little or the lawyer or Andrew.
Oh, wait a minute. Back it up. I didn't hear this.
And it is a movement. And whether that be Aiden or
Mr. Reed said Aiden first. I love that. I love that.
Melanie Little,
or
the lawyer or Andrew Myers, or whoever it may have been, brother counsel. They're all in it. And certainly Howie Carr. I mean, so many times over the last couple of years, our daughter's face has graced the front page of the Boston Herald. So many articles written by Howie Carr, including those that were not necessarily focused on the Karen Reed saga or the coming and goings on in Norfolk County. Typically end, if they're about corruption, he will find a way of sprinkling in the name Karen Reed or Aiden Carney. And it just has legs. It will not die. And we're ready for the civil trial. We are ready. If they want to proceed, take us on.
And then after the civil trial, what about, I did continue go on offense, enough defense, right? So when this is over, what about, let's find out who actually killed this guy. I mean, let's
Billy, who said that? Did you get that from Aiden when you talked to him earlier in the day?
A shame. It's a crying shame. And I don't know, and go after, it's going to be hard to go after the DA, Morrissey. He's sort of protected in crazy ways.
And still
but there's got to be a suit coming from Karen, whether it be state or federal.
I would think so. Again, I'm not trying to duck the question. I really don't know, because the plans are flexible and they change. But there's going to be, something. I mean, as Alan Jackson said on Howie's show, I didn't come back, as a goodwill tour or, to see a show at Gillette Stadium or whatever it may have been. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but he's here for a purpose. And things will happen. And Karen's story will be told. And she's the only one who can tell it. She has lived it. And whether that be in a literary piece like a book, or whether it be in a movie, Karen, her fingerprints, her DNA have to be an integral part of any of that type of work. Has to be. Otherwise,
I got to tell you, loveys, I heard Will tonight. He was talking about how with the Elizabeth Banks, whatever the Wondery doc that they're doing, he was like, don't watch it, that he'll do it over at his house and then he'll donate the money to Karen. I'm going to his house because I have no interest even. Like I'll donate and like just be there to be with everyone. But like, I don't give a fuck. I've gone through 2 trials. I've gone through pre-trial. I am very well aware of everything that any Wandery podcast could let me know. The only people I give a absolute shit about what they have to say is what Aiden says, because he has all the shit from behind the scenes from and what happened in his intertwining with his cases. And Karen, that is it. Anyone else, I have no interest personally.
You're not getting the complete picture. You're not getting the definitive frame, if you will, no pun intended. It has to be compelling. And the only way it's going to be is when Karen and her attorneys get involved. And they will. They've got a great producer at LBI, Julie Yorn. I'm sure you know the name.
Yeah.
And they're just waiting for the right time. You can put other folks may come forward and with other books and tell their side of the story or a movie. And we know of the movie that is in the works. But again, that will be less than compelling because there are elements of the details, the granular, that only Karen and her attorneys know. My wife and I have a good chunk of it, but we did not live in the war room over 2 trials, over 3 months. That's 6 months collectively of 2 trials. 5 attorneys living under the same roof, argumentative times, collaborative times, social times.
Yeah.
And there's so much to say. Karen's had a house turned upside down by investigators. She's been jailed twice. She's had to sell her home. She's had to divest of her 401, liquidate all of that. And you think about loss of reputation, and you think about loss of physical assets like her car, like her job, like her home. I mean, her 401, I know what it stood like in January of 2022. And just the S&P over the last 5 years, we're all familiar with this market. It's in double digits over the last 5 years.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. I got in the game late, so I don't fucking know. But if he says so, I believe it. He was an accounting professor, and then he was the dean, says one of our levies. I know he was the dean, but I didn't know he was in accounting.
16%. That means collectively,
16?
in the aggregate, that market has returned 106%
Oh.
in just 5 years.
Oh.
That's, again, money that is gone. She will not recover.
She cannot.
Go ahead.
Matt, I'm just heartbroken hearing that. It's so true.
Yeah.
She wasn't able to participate in that. There's so many ancillary, tangential, just, oh.
I remember Howie said to Alan, what do you think the number is? And I think he came back with this. He said, tell me, what would you pay to avoid 10 minutes walking around in Karen Reed's shoes over the last 3.5 years? What would you give to avoid that? As her parents, I've told this story many a times. We got to know all of the court officers, and they would say to us during all of these hearings, and they're like, have a nice weekend. Be careful. The steps are icy today. So on and so forth. Small
I like
talk,
the
but,
offices.
congenial and the like. And then on that last day, when, all right, the jury is in, a verdict has been reached, and your daughter is 5 feet in front of you, sitting alongside her attorneys. And the court officers come in, and there's a wall now placed between her and her loving parents. And if they say guilty, you won't get a chance to hug her. And as she said on Howie's show, what was her fear? That if she was found guilty.
Oh, lovies. If they said guilty, she wouldn't have been able to get a hug from her daddy. Oh, that's a very, very, I'm so glad. And I do want to say though, and this is kind of a good part to say it, is I don't think we really talked about Mr. Yannetti saying that there was something bigger when he came to my house the other week or whatever for Mr. Yannetti bowl of spaghetti night. Not Prego, but he said that there was something bigger than him and that he felt it. And that he said that it was like everything lined up. And I have to tell you that since the first day that I ever heard about this, and I was like, I should probably, like, everyone is sick of me talking about it. Like, I'm like, this isn't fucking right. This isn't right. And like my family and friends were like, could you shut up? No one cares, Kim. And I'm like, I know, but I'm just saying. Like, what if it was me? What if it was you guys? Like, that's not a vehicle didn't do that. That's what I always said. And I always felt like I was like something was like, just, like you're going the right way, that she didn't do this. And I think that's why we all stood behind Karen. Like you felt it. Like it wasn't that your mind just told you, you actually felt it. And maybe that's weird. Maybe I'm weird. So I'm going to shut up. But I always felt it was bigger, and that like God was like saying like, keep praying, keep, like you're doing the right thing. And then like when it was like tiring, or you were like, and God forbid, because I never had to live through what the O'Keefe family has struggled through and suffered in the loss of Officer John O'Keefe. I've never lived a second of what the Reed family has suffered, or Karen Reed has suffered, or Turtle Boy. But I'm just saying, like, for 2 trials, for all of you guys as supporters, and me trying to support, like, you got like a little wackadoo every once in a while. And, but like there was something deep seated that said, keep going. And it's the right thing to do, in my opinion.
With, my age, and my wife's younger than me, but certainly we're in our 70s, that she might not have that day as a free woman ever again, given our mortality. So there's a number on this in terms of our pain, suffering, emotional distress, and it goes on to this day.
I stand with you. And by the way, if I was the CEO of Fidelity Investments, I would say, please come back to work, offer that job immediately. She won't take it. Not right now. She's got too many other things on the plate. So it's a safe offer. But if I were him, I would show my character right now, knowing that all that she has lost, foregone. Bill, you went out to dinner after the Howie Carr interview. You and Alan and Karen, your wife Janet, the four of you go out. It seems to me, and I went out when Alan came home after the acquittal a few weeks later. He and I had a beautiful Vesper martini at Houston's, and he put me on the phone with Karen. I got to say hello and send her my love. But when you go out there with Alan, you got to look at this guy like, I mean, he's almost like a son-in-law, right? I mean, this guy is an absolute knight in shining armor.
Shut up. Shut up, Billy Bush. Ew, you little pot stirring fuck. I didn't like that. Don't say that, Billy. Come on, you know exactly what you're doing. You've been doing this for 35 years. You don't say that AJ Action Jackson and Karen Reed, strong, independent queen, like your son-in-law. Oh, the shade. And what did you think, that Mr. Reed was going to fall and say, yes, I think of him like my son-in-law? Shut up, Billy.
He comes in, he's a lethal attorney, saves the day, and for him, it now seems personal.
He's one hell of a man, first and foremost, a man of integrity and honor and commitment and passion. And when you couple that with being an immensely talented lawyer, I'll date myself. That's Marison Mantle on one side of the coin back in 1961. And I know you're a Giants fan, so I mean, I'll date myself further. I go back to the New York Football Giants, where they were so described because the New York Giants played in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to Frank Gifford and Y.A. Tittle and Alec
Charlie
Webster.
Connerly at quarterback.
Charlie Connerly was the he was the forerunner before Y.A. Tittle. But yes, Jackson. So for my birthday, my daughter got us some great seats to see the Red Sox, and this was Friday night.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to be going to a Red Sox game the week after the Turtle Boy and Auntie Deb show. But I can't believe it was Mr. Reed's birthday. I love that.
At Fenway, right near the dugout. And Alan said, you can't go. I don't want you going without some type of protection. And so he came along, and it was something else. I mean, walking into that park, so much support, people, what is that, Karen's lawyer? Wow, that's Karen. And sometimes I feel, as Karen's father, I remember a line from the Johnny Carson show when he had on Dean Martin, Jack Benny, and 5 minutes before the show ended, he brought out George Goebel. And when Goebel looked at the guest list, he said to Carson, he said, you ever feel like a pair of brown shoes at a black tuxedo event?
Yeah.
And that's somehow how I feel when I'm with our daughter. You can't, Daddy with me? Yeah, we're with you. Don't worry.
Oh, my God. Well, here's my last question for you. Is Karen like 10 feet away? Is she listening to you through the wall?
Well, I'm sure she's listening.
All right, let's do. Then he goes, yes,
Bill,
that. And then we have
Janet. Oh, there.
Look at Mrs. Reed. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, wait.
You are Janet.
Come on in,
Janet.
Mrs. Reed. Look at her. Angel. Sweetheart. She's making food. I can tell right now. Look at her. She's got house shoes on. Look at her glasses. Look at her striped shirt. I want to put on a striped shirt in solidarity. I want to make cutlets, paper thin chicken cutlets with Janet Reed. I don't know if she knits. I'll take it up. Okay. You want to do a Sudoku? You want to do a crossword puzzle? Do we want to watch the soaps? Do you like General Hospital, Mrs. Reed? Because I'm your fucking girl. I love you. Okay. I think that I'm sorry. Are you giving me a breath mint, and not in a weird way saying, Kim, you have bad breath, but just because she cared about me and wanted to make sure my sugar didn't get low? Am I a diabetic? Absolutely not. But she brought a pad for my butt. And we know Thickums Thursdays would tell you that she's got enough cushion. She still cared. I have a bone there. We all have bones. Okay. She is so warm, and she will hug you. And she thanked every single one of you, loveys, every single one of you. She said, Kim, thank you for being here when I went to court on like day 9 or whatever of trial 2. She said, thank you. I know you pray for us, and it means a lot to me. And she said, and thank the loveys for praying for us too.
Mostly behind the scenes, but how are you feeling, Janet? How's it having your daughter home?
Oh, it's great.
She's
It's
so
great.
good.
Yeah. She loves to eat, and I love to feed her.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite thing to feed her? Did she like that she liked as a little girl?
Well, as a little girl, probably most things
Oh,
that
she
kids
didn't
like
like it.
weren't any great things, but she now at her age now, she eats anything.
I
Anything
love
I give her,
that.
she loves. She loves like a vegetable lasagna. She loves all my pasta
Oh.
dishes.
Yes, she does.
She really enjoys food like we do also. So she's easy to please when it comes to that. Yeah. So I try to surprise her every day with something new,
Boston, one of the great culinary centers of America. That is absolutely for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
food in Boston's great.
Isn't it awesome?
Janet,
Yeah.
you've done a great job nurturing your daughter back. I know you had a lot to do with it because she looks well. She looks rested.
She looks really good.
Her eyes, her skin. I mean, she looks.
Yeah.
Oh, she can't take.
Oh, Cass here. Cat came. How we doing? Look at Cat. Look at she got a poof. I love it. Obsessed. Do it more frequently. You look like an angel. A tiny schoolgirl, if you will. You have turned back the hands of time as well, Kat.
Another compliment. There she is. Karen!
There she is.
There's Karen.
How are you, my love?
Great. Great. How are you, Bill? You got a nice tan.
Yeah, I've been out in Maine. I'm in Maine. I'm a Maine guy in the summer. So
Yeah, I heard you guys have a little spot on the coast. I might have heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're up there. I might have caught up with your father right there. A couple of guys talking about their girls. Look at your parents. They're so happy. You, Karen, you had that you didn't know if you'd see them again. And there you are, right there, living at home.
They'd make it through healthy. We're stitched together over here, but we're still in one piece.
You're getting good sleep or something. You look absolutely stunning.
Yes.
Makeup.
It's makeup.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Kat. Quick, amazing wit. What did you do? If your hair looks good, washed it. Oh, I washed it today. I have makeup on. I love that. It's not makeup. She's radiating. She is sleeping. She is like coming back piece by piece. And it's going to take her a long time. And that's why we support. And look at their face. Look at this. Look at this face. Look at these faces. I'm a weirdo. Like, I want them to be so happy. And I want them to be so okay. You know?
It's makeup. Oh my God. Well, you're a great little family. Look at this. What a pleasure it is for us to join you. I know you got a lot on your plate. I love what you said about Michael Morrissey. You lost and you know what you did. I see fire. I see gas in that tank. Tell me, I'm not wrong.
You are not wrong. We're not going quietly. A lot of pain has been inflicted on me, and with purpose. This wasn't a case of they got the wrong person. They aimed for the wrong person. Michael Morrissey knows what he did. Michael Proctor, Yuri Butnick, they all know. The DAs all know. And there's more that the public doesn't know, and you will learn about it in the right form. We're just looking for the best person to.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cal. You going to tell us all the shit? Are you going to talk all the shit? We'll be there
to deliver that to you, but there's no doubt in my mind that this was intentional, and I can't just flip a switch and pretend it didn't happen.
You could be a lawyer, Karen. Like, you could be, I think you've learned enough. Don't you think you could actually go and like defend someone else right now? I mean, Jesus.
There's a line at the end of a movie that I enjoy very much, and he says, I've seen enough of the law, and I've seen enough of the law, Billy, but I may not have a choice. I may have to see a little bit more.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to be watching, and we're going to be, we'll be with you. And we send our love to this great little family here.
Thank you. Thank you for your support.
God bless you, Billy.
God bless.
Bye, Cal.
God bless you all.
Bye, Mr. and
Take
Mrs.
care of
Reed.
yourself. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye,
Wow.
Billy, you little shit. All right. Okay. Billy, shave your bush. All right. Sorry. Just kidding, guys. Am I going to remove that? Yes. Okay. Hi. Hello. We did it, loveys. We did a lot. We covered a lot tonight. All right. Let me just say hello to everybody, and then I'll bid you adieu because it's 11:05 on a school night. Who are we? All right. Music to My Soul says, so disappointed in myself that Donna won't testify, but that may be the only good choice the defense has made. So glad you're streaming tonight. Thank you, Music to My Soul. I appreciate you. And Kenzie's been a member for 2 months, and she said, I love all my best friends from out of town, and we love you, babe. Live, laugh, love. Thank you so much. Lovey says, these dumbasses who own a dentist office and allow you're a witness to have a missing obvious teeth. Well played, you fucking idiots. Shopped around for an attorney with effed up teeth. Yes, that was so weird. I didn't even talk about that. That was so weird. And he was like, oh, who do we know down in Florida? Oh, I can't. Mary Malarkey, first of her name, mother of me and Petty Paralegal, says, Nurse Kim, whatever you're eating, drinking, doing, or throwing, it's working for you. I'll see you at Thickums Thursday, Mother Mary. I love you. And Live, Laugh, Love also, thank you so much, babe, says, if anyone you know expressed they were going to take themselves out, why would you not call 911 for help if they were your friend? Also, the attorney was like, oh, it was like client privileged information. I couldn't tell anybody. That's not how that works. If somebody is a risk to themselves or others, you still have to report it. Like, I didn't get that at all. And I hope you read the email. Live, Laugh, Love. I did read emails. I don't know. I'm going to have to go look at the signature. I hope it says Live, Laugh, Love on it. And I will be sure to know. Distracted Therapist said, hi, Kim. I sent you an email about mental health. Distracted Therapist, I read your email. I know I did. And I love that. And I will get the extra resources from you. Just give me, I need to go to bed. But then I'll get back to you tomorrow and we can do that. Okay. Thank you so much. That's incredible. And Marcy C says, you're perfect. You're great. You're lovely. You're not fat. And I support you, KR and TB. Boop. Well, let's do baby Kim. Look at that hair. We knew she was going to like calories. She likes her groceries. You know what I'm saying? And I'm never going to change. I can't change. Kelly, if Chloe, but so we acquitted, says, F Judge Judy, you're a queen. Flaunt them pearls and your bubbies. They look great. Thank you, babe. Jabba Judy. Oh. Jabba the Judy. Oh, no. Look, listen, and we don't want to be, we're not drinking haterade on Judy either. We just needed to be like, fuck off, Judy. Hey, Judy, take your moody Judy elsewhere. Okay? I don't need your shit. I get enough from other people. That's all. And Tara says, I will winter. So good. Oh, God. So I love the grips instead of Judy back with the crack. I love you. You make me laugh. Raising up women and your pocket surprises. Yes, Lovey. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here with me. And Poxy says, late to this party tonight. My gosh, stop it. But happy to see your face. Looking forward to seeing you next weekend. Big doings. Poxy's my date. Poxy's taking me. We are dating. We are life partners. I don't know what to say, but I'm excited. Am I going to did we get a meet and greet package? Am I trying to meet and greet Turtle Boy and Nanti? Okay, listen, we support our people. Maybe. I did. Okay, I love you. I'll see you soon. I'll see you next week, babe. And Lola, she was a good dog, said it could have been handled better with communicated better. TB does not want to be disrespected. None of us do. RESPECT. You are right, Lola. You are a good dog, and I love your face. And Billy Bush can be extra. He hosted extra. Yeah. He's got a lot to work with. A lot of Bush. And Krista said, Kim, I dropped my basket. I have spent the last month with my dad, and he has Lewy body dementia. You have helped me get through so much. I love you bunches. You are beautiful inside and out. Krista, I love you. I'm so sorry, babe. Lewy body is really, really difficult. I'm right here. And all we can do is just be with each other. And I am not worthy. But if you like to watch my show and hang out, and because you're my best friend from out of town and you're answering my FaceTimes, I love you right back. And I hope that you have help. And I'll say my prayers for your dad and for you, okay? You're an angel girl. And Lola said, oh my gosh, I think the Reeds would love a tiny Mary and a tiny Jesus living in the boom. Yes. Kim, do they know about the tiny Holy Family? Mrs. Reed does. Oh yeah. Mrs. Reed knows about tiny Mary and tiny Jesus in said boom. I should send it. Oh my gosh, I could send that and an edible arrangement. We're making things happen, babes. James Jackson said, Nurse Kim, Nut Kim. Well, that feels. Hey, Nut Kim. That's all right. I still love you, James Jackson. Can you say thank you, Erin, for watching all of my lovely streams? I appreciate you, please. James Jackson. Erin is my best friend from out of town. She watches all of my streams with me. She basically introduced me to you. Okay. I'm probably going to see her next week. And I appreciate her showing up and hanging out with me, just like I appreciate you, and especially my guy who doesn't mind Thickums Thursday. I can tell because he's got rhythm. You know what I'm saying? He's got rhythm. Kevy Kev 781. Boom. Thank you, James Jackson. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Are you flying this evening? Will you be at 39,000 feet because Loveys can attend? I will be ending soon. And then we have Autumn says, I love you, Kim, for always being real and kind. Stay sweet forever. Oh, thank you, Autumn. And for my Denise Peloton for sending me a super sticker. I love you. You are the best to ever do it. You are the smartest and the prettiest. Be good to each other and be good to yourselves. And thank you for answering my FaceTimes. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thickums Thursday, first annual. All right, bye, guys.
All right, great job on the news.
Thank you.
We will, Courtney and I will share what happened when we went to dinner last night, Sunday dinner, coming up. And as